Lince Dorado is gonna fly around the ring. He's like an airplane, right? Yeah, a little ha ha ha, boom boom boom. I'm like fucking King Kong. I'm gonna slap him right out the sky.
There was a special needs kid in the audience. I was getting in his face, and we were going back and forth. He put up a fist, and I hit the ground. I bumped on the ground. I don't bump very often. All right. The kid was talking about it the whole night, and his parents spent a crap load of money at the merchandise table that night and said that was one of the best experiences he's ever had at a wrestling show.
I always knew that that was my dream. And then it took me a while to find a good school. So I was just doing researches and trying to find different things. Then I heard a podcast where Pat Buck was on. So once I heard the podcast, I was like, oh, that's not too far from my house. So my wife was like, if you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. I was about 26 at the time. So I came to one of the tryouts, and from there, I just fell in love. And I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do, and I'm going to keep on doing it.
Couldn't tell you who she beat for half of them. I have no idea. It's so many in such a short space of time.
It's the champ right there, which is in the chat, you know?
Well, apparently the champ wants to lose the belt, so okay. If you put a gun in my head, I could not tell you how many times she's won a title.
I say she's getting a Roman Reigns type title reign. There you go.
Oh, 3 years?
Yeah, she needs to get that Roman Reigns type belt, man. And what I like about a story is you need to make belts mean something, and for that person to beat that person is worthy then, and that's how you build stars.
The number one that's always stuck with me is always remember to be yourself. Don't let anyone take advantage of you, because being a second generation wrestler, a lot of people would look to that and go, okay, this is my chance to take advantage of this guy, when actually come to agree with it with the matches.
Also growing up as a second generation star, also you have to work 110% harder, just because everybody's looking at you and saying, it's like, oh, he's just given this opportunity because of his dad. But you have to put in the work to prove, hey, I belong here.
One of the things, I just got to state this, right? I got to state this. When it comes to comic books, movies, TV shows, why they always have to mess with the character? Or they always have to kill off a character. Every time I watch a Batman movie, I remember the Christopher Nolan trilogy, it was always, is Batman gonna die? Are we gonna end it? Marvel with me is so convoluted. I don't want to see this end. I don't give a shit about Nightwing taking the mantle. I want Bruce Wayne. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying?
So since we're speaking of AI music, Gabriel, you might like this. They took 50 Cent songs and they put Tupac and Biggie over the song. So they're rapping 50 Cent lyrics, but it's Tupac and Biggie. Look up Tupac, Biggie, 50 Cent AI music, and it'll pop right up, bro. It sounds just like them.
They made a fake AI I think The Weeknd song.
Elvis Presley singing "Baby Got Back."
Oh,
I swear,
No
it sounds exactly like Elvis.
About to take your mask last month. What are your thoughts on that? Ichiban, #1.
So, what would you say the hardest part of working singles compared to learning?
The hardest part, I'd say, it wouldn't even be the wrestling part. It's just me and Gerard, we'd have a moment before we walk out the curtain, we'd always dab each other up, I love you, bro, let's go give it all we got. But then now it's just me and one-on-one with opponents.
I have a high respect for you because of all the stuff you did with Trent Acid and the SATs and the Carnage Crew in the Scramble Cage. Absolute high respect for that match.
Thank you. It means a lot to hear that people still remember that. And it means a lot to me to be a part of a Fed Win that's still putting on matches like that today. I mean, some of these matches here at Win today were next level, off the charts. And you had to be here to experience it and to feel the way it was in the crowd. And as a wrestler, we were inspired to wrestle harder because of it.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are asking? Huh? Do you have your eyeballs on us? Because you better take them off now before we kick your dumb ass, and you too behind the camera. I don't care who you think you are.
I think we're good.
Do you have one more? Come on, Mark. One more question. Come on, you got one.
A knockout in the cage would only done so much. I had to go out there, send him to the emergency room like I did, to let him know it's like, this is fighting, my guy. This is not for you, you know. It's so right. Not only did I knock him out of the cage, I sent them back into WWE. Yeah, I sent them back in time, my guy.
You good? Yeah, he's my boy right now, but I might like that title more than him.
Yeah. Real quick about your spot in WWE, the one where you did
the chamber.
The chamber. I know everybody asked you about this, but absolutely love that spot. Probably one of my favorites.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I actually just tweeted about it. Somebody was like, "Hey, what's your holy shit moment spot in wrestling?" I said, I could tell you that really easy. It was the chamber, and it was also my dumbest. No, honestly, it was something that I thought was the crescendo of my WWE career. I thought it was something that nobody can ever and will ever replicate. They could try, but man, I was pretty high up there in the chamber, and I did it, man. Nobody else could do it. I was the first one. I know it was kind of done similar before, but nobody's ever done it the way that I did it. And like you said, people are still talking about it today.
Talk about some of your merch here right now, Cheapskate Matt Rivera. So what do we got over here?
Let's talk about the merch. So we got some t-shirts. It's time to make change, and cheap we trust. Make sure you buy it. Don't be cheap like me. And then we got over here, if you'd like a nude, I can sign some nudes for you. I'll send you some nudes. Make sure you buy something, bring me home a little bit more money, all right?
Define classic.
Like, what's it, like 1990s? It's been bad. For me, it's got to be Seinfeld.
That's valid. I like Seinfeld.
You could go back and watch it a million times.
Plus, it's always on in syndication as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like probably the most reran, like one of the most reran shows. Like there's always a rerun of Seinfeld on.
Like that, The Office, and I think Friends are up there too.
Yeah, I was actually just watching Friends today.
Yeah,
it's like I had that good underdog story. I still have it. I mean, if you see photos and videos of me, I'm the smallest guy you're gonna see there at any show. And I think that's what helps me get good, fan support. They see someone, they see me working hard as, sweeping the ring, cleaning the rings and whatnot. And then they see me get thrown into these situations where I'm wrestling guys that have been wrestling for a while or just, are bigger than me. So it's just like, hey, lay off the guy. And the fan support, fan reaction for me is just fantastic, and it helps me do my best when I can, even if I lose.
Mm-hmm.
That, and if they push me too far, anger issues happen, but let's not talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Man, I mean, I could vouch for you on that one, because I believe it was you were in the Cap Battle Royal, right? I think it was the crown, the championship.
Yeah, the interim championship.
I just want to talk about like Security Inc. and what was your guys' involvement with Security Inc. and just that costing them the tag titles like 2 weeks ago.
Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, I'm. Let's try it right now.
Those are threats. Not only will you get your tickets, you're going to witness the first champion being crowned. That is guaranteed, which is going to be Papa Don. So there you go. Guaranteed new champion.
Absolutely. Listen, it's up. Look, I've been in a lot of locker rooms over the course of my career. This Win locker room, they work together like a cohesive unit. Everybody wants this company to succeed. From the guy who's jerking the curtain to the guy who's doing the main event. And everybody's willing to help everybody out in the back, whether it's critiquing matches, whether it's giving them input on promos, pushing the show via social media. I haven't seen a cohesive unit like this in a very long time, of people working together to try to make something happen. And that's a testament to the team at Wrestling Is Now, Paul Lauria, the SAT, and everybody else in between, the locker room. And also we're partnering with Outlaw, which is Bill James' promotion, a friend of mine as well. and they are doing a great deal of good business every time they run the show. They have guys like Crowbar, Homicide, Bull James, and they keep adding and having great shows after great show. So this is definitely going to be an event you definitely don't want to miss. Plus, you get to see Papa Down smack the hell out of 9 guys in one night, and you don't have to buy 9 different tickets. You only have to buy one. So you're saving yourself so much money. You can spend it on my merch table.
Yeah, a little bit about Nicotine Headache and what that song means to you guys and what it's about and everything.
Well, I mean, that's the song that got me in the band. My first practice, I came, and I don't know if you play guitar. Do you play at all, or?
I don't play. I mean, I should get back. I have a guitar. I should get really back into playing.
Well, for anyone who plays, Chris plays in drop C. All I had was a 5-string bass, so the bottom string is a B. So I couldn't play the bass line that he wrote, so I had to change it. And I thought I was messing up the song. But the way that I played it, he liked it so much that I pretty much was instantly in the band. And that was Nicotine Headache. So
yeah, I remember he started
special
playing
to
this
me.
groovy thing, and like it was something that I typically like don't do. Like I didn't consult with anybody else. Like just the way he played that, like I knew there was something there. Like we finished that take of it. I was like, yo, you're in. And everything else has been history. The song is the second song that we wrote before we were Exigent. This is when we were another band before Jay and Joe came. And really, the song is all kind of about like basically like getting through the daily grind, you know, like just dealing with average everyday life, like being pissed off about having to go to work and dealing with that and overcoming it.
Pretty much the everyday metal song right there. You know what I mean? I remember during the start of the pandemic, the BPW, I can't blame it because, you know, the pandemic and everything, a lot of stuff was shut down.
Yeah.
And then you cut that promo, I believe I think it was on Coach. Was it Coach? Coach's dad.
It was on his
I
dad.
believe it was on his dad. You cut it right on his dad. That place went nuts for that promo. And they're like, that was one of the best promos I think I've seen in BPW. Yeah.
Oh, well, that means a lot to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think Coach's dad appreciated it, but something had to be done, man. Coachy wasn't taking me seriously, but after that he kind of started paying attention to me. So and now Coach is retired,
And
so
then-
joke's on him.
Yeah, you were the man that had to retire, Coach Mamone, right there. So the man I'm talking to right now, he retired, Coach. But anyway, how does it feel to actually have the last match with Coach Mamone? An honest question.
Yeah, it was honestly, dude, it was heavy, like for sure. You know, it's no secret. Coach and I are best friends. He's like a brother to me. We started in this whole wrestling thing around the same time. We've shared a lot of really like important sort of moments with each other. You know, we've traveled everywhere together. Yeah, he's like an older brother to me. So it was probably one of the coolest things that I've ever done in my career. And you know, just to be able to kind of like be the one to put the bow on his career at the end of it, like for the two of us to sort of have that program together. It really like, it's not something I took lightly. And I think, you know, he would say the same, that it was like just such a surreal thing. Like it was really, it was a really very cool moment. And I'm honored to have been the one to kind of, you know, be in there for his last match. It was, yeah, it was crazy for sure.
I was going for you during that match because I wanted you to keep that belt, but at the same time, I didn't want to see Coach retire. You know what I mean? And it was kind of a sad moment for me. You know,
Dude, I didn't want to see
him
retire.
What? No.
I was wrestling him.
Yeah. What's up?
I was saying I didn't want to see Coach retire, and I was wrestling him.
Yeah. It was such a like sad moment for a lot of people. You know what I mean? but you know,
Yeah,
and I didn't. Sorry,
what were you gonna say?
no, I didn't want to see you lose the belt either.
I didn't want to lose the belt.
So I was like, oh no, it's like it's a double-edged sword now. What do we do here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was hard. And you know what? Looking back, I think I said this in another interview, maybe with Papa Dank, but it's true, and I'll say it every chance I get to. I wish that I sort of saw things differently at that point. Um, I was so happy that I retained the strap. That was all I cared about. Looking back, I wish that I was able to sort of put that aside, go back out into the ring and just give him a hug. That would have been really cool, but it obviously didn't turn out that way. Everybody
No.
else went out there and sort of gave him a send off, which he deserved. So I'm glad that they were able to do that for him.
Definitely, man. And you actually had a story before we went live on the air about Joey Conway. If you want to talk about that a little bit.
Oh, okay. Just opening the curtains a little bit, as they say. But I'm sure Joey will be fine with the story, and hopefully you have him on your show soon, and he can tell you.
I just had him before.
Oh yes,
Actually,
yes. Sorry, my bad. You did. Yeah.
Right before he went to Puerto Rico, I had him, and
hopefully you have him again, so he'll tell you the story himself. Where when we got there on Saturday, around like 1:00, the promoter and his right hand man, both really awesome guys. Shout out to Lynx and Sonic. They're both really cool dudes. They really took care of us out there. And so the first day we got there, before the show, we went to go eat because we were all hungry. We had a little bit more than 3-hour flight. And Conway, myself and Savage were both Hispanics, and Conway, of course, is not Hispanic, so he doesn't know Spanish, and he's just experiencing this culture, as am I, but at least it's way different for Conway. And when we went on a live showing the food that we ate, Jose Maximo popped up on the live and said that we have to try quesitos. So it's like a pastry with cheese inside. Like, if we're in Puerto Rico, we have to try that. So it's like, okay. And then Sonic, the promoter's right hand man, bought us one. We all tried it. It was absolutely delicious. It was absolutely incredible. And then the funny part, when Conway was trying to pronounce the word quesito,
I can't
like the
pronounce
pastry,
it.
and he couldn't do it. There was like 3 or 4 or 5 tries, and we all just kept laughing that he couldn't pronounce it. He was laughing too because it's just funny for him. I think he said at one point he said casino instead of quesito. So it's like it was all funny. That's like our inside joke now, and it was just really really fun experience. It was just funny, and that's the story. That's the story of the quesito, or as he likes to say, casino. He likes to say casino.
When I have Joey back on the podcast, man, I gotta ask him just about this story, man. This story sounds absolutely fun.
Ask him about. I'm not gonna spoil the other part, but ask him about quesitos, the story we just met, and ask him about mofongo.
Mofongo. Okay.
Yes, he'll know what I'm talking about. If he's listening on, he'll know what I'm talking about.
Mofongo,
so trust me, it'll be a good story to tell.
What would you say the biggest difference is between Big Daddy Robert Franklin and the hot commodity Robert Franklin?
That's a great question. Big Daddy would have stole your girl. The hot commodity's already with her.
I love that. Love that one, man. So. Yeah.
But in all seriousness, the biggest difference is I'm actually able to open my mind and free all my thoughts and ideas that I have for wrestling onto the younger generation, which is what I've always wanted to do.
So you recently had the match with Alvin. Now, you've never had a match with Alvin before. And what was it like getting in the ring with Alvin?
Well, so that one was the big fight, right? I think the show was called.
That was the big fight. Yeah, the big
Yeah.
fight.
So
And-
anyway, when yeah, Alvin and I have never had a singles match before, and just to give a little background about how that even came about was the fact that we'll get into how Win even contacted me. I think that so SATs were still working for NYWC at the time, and they were, we would always talk about how, hey, we're gonna start a wrestling company. We want you there, and I'm like, okay, and I'm no, it's not sitting there saying anybody's lying or anything. I'm just saying, okay, no problem. You take locker room talk as a grain of salt in wrestling. It's never, oh man, and you're gonna get all excited about. Okay, cool. You're gonna start a promotion, cool, man. All power to you. Best of luck. And they ended up, running a show, I think, down in Jersey once. And, and I read about it, and all of a sudden they stopped. And one December night, I was getting ready to go to my job. And I got a text from Joel, and he's like, hey, man, I told you we're going to use you. We need the older guys to lead the younger guys. And we're going to use you. Here's your date. And, hopefully you can make it. Okay, yeah, no problem. But the main goal was, hey, man, we want to put you in with you. Okay, cool. Younger talent. Great. And then all of a sudden it was Alvin Alvarez. Okay. I don't look at Alvin as a younger talent. I look at Alvin as somebody who is established and can go and knows his stuff. But, in any case, finally there was, it was given to me, and he even said it. He goes, I've never wrestled in one-on-one. And he, Alvin, God bless him. He promoted that thing hard, and, he's doing that now with a match with Dan Barry as well. But, he promoted that hard. He believed in it. He wanted it. And, he really, it's too much of the way he put me over to build up for that thing. But, it meant something to him. And, we went out there and we did our thing. Unfortunately, just right now, it's a little tough for me, but I'm getting through the matches. But Alvin is nothing. He's probably one of the most professional people I've ever had shared a ring with. He's very kind, but he's also like he's the guy you want to work with. He loves wrestling. He'll do whatever he's got to do. He understands, he understands there's business to a match, and there's a story, and we got to go out there and we got to do our thing, and we got to do it the right way. And he's totally for it. And he, he's a guy that anybody would love on their shows, coachable, and he respects the business.
Yeah. So do you guys have a favorite cop series or cop movie that you really enjoyed, like a buddy cop movie or something to do with cops?
You got one, Malcolm?
Yeah, mine's is Police Academy. I think it's just, I don't know, I just like it because it's hilarious. I mean, they all have, and I feel like it's kind of like how we were when we first started with job security. We all had different personalities, but together it made like a good group. So yeah, mine will be Police Academy, and then second will be RoboCop.
RoboCop. Ronnie?
I'd probably say like 21, 22 Jump Street, because I saw 22
love that
Jump
movie.
Street in theaters.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love the movie Ride Along with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. That was one of
That one came to my mind too.
that one was probably Kevin Hart is just so funny, and Ice Cube did a great job in that movie as well. So
That's so sick, bro.
Yeah, yo, before you
I
lag
li-
out on Hamlet, somebody asked me for you to do the Book Me Hard.
And by a lot too. No disrespect to anybody, but yo, you just set the bar at Win.
That's a T-shirt, by the way, Hamlet. Book me hard.
That's because I want everybody, their friends, their fathers, uncles, sisters, brothers. I want everybody asking the simple question: just, would you book me? I'd book me. I'd book me hard.
Let's go!
dude, this guy's a superstar right here. You have Geek want to buy a ticket right now, man. That's it.
No!
About to catch a flight.
Now. If you haven't bought your tickets, you're gonna miss out on history. This is history about to be made, and you're about to be part of the greatest promotion on the planet.
Got the charisma. I got a beautiful smile, and I tell the kids to drink more water because hydration is important.
So Jesse's a scumbag.
I put him under my wing for a really long time, and he turned his back on me, man. So
So why'd you dump him off to begin with?
I didn't dump him off. He kicked me in the nuts.
You're wrestling Kevin Blackwood this Saturday night. So is there any preparation you have for this match?
Yeah. So I just chilled in my kitchen and I spoke to my dog. I told my dog to just kick me as much times as he can in the chest, and then if I can deal with that, I can deal with Kevin Blackwood.
So I must admit, I saw rumors yesterday on the internet that he's back. They've done this on that song, and thing. You know, I saw it this morning. He was actually back. So,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I did read something a minute ago, and they said when they brought CM Punk back, it was only literally a couple of people knew, and they kept him in a room separate from anyone else. So literally, when he came out, a lot of the wrestlers there didn't even know themselves that he was back.
I think I think CM Punk could have some great matches. I mean, another match at Roman would be awesome.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, is the best thing is that he taught me is don't expect nothing, and like just you have to have like thick skin for this. You know, you can't be in his words, you can't be a pussy. You know, you have to take things. You know, so I mean, he taught me to be strong in this, you know, and not just physically strong, but mentally strong with this, and to not give up.
Diners, I mean, the most popular diners at the moment is Karen's Diners, and they keep popping up. Have you heard of a Karen's Diner?
Karen's Diner. No, I have not.
Right, so it's a diner that you go to. The food, supposedly, I've never been myself, but the food is supposedly exquisite. That means amazing. That means amazing, right? Just so you know. Oh, okay. Okay. It's amazing, but the waitresses are deliberately rude to you, like really, really rude.
Oh, I think I've heard something like this.
Okay, they're called Karen's Diners, as in like a Karen.
Karen, you gotcha. I think I might have seen this on Facebook or YouTube. This place.
It's very likely. They're quite popular.
Swerve, do yourself a favor. Get out of this before things get bad.
I'm just as filthy then. If you think Joel's just like that, I'm just like Joel.
Oh.
Well, it looks like there's going to be
Got
another
it.
casualty of war.
Understand?
That makes what's going to happen a lot easier on the conscience.
They say, AJ, they say,
Joel.
he who pursues revenge should dig two graves. I guess that's the case, Swerve.
Buy your tickets now. This Saturday, own the night.
Lord. Hallelujah. I know you need to cool off too. Look at this.
You need to cool off too. And for those of you listening out there, visit the Remarkable Wrestling website where you can purchase tickets, where you can make your tithing donation to be in the congregation on Saturday when we take all of the opponents that Brother Greatness is going to see. We take them to church.
It's going to be more than one?
I don't know. It's whatever the Lord provides. But we can handle it, Brother
You're
Greatness.
Right. You're right.
Brother Greatness.
The Lord don't give you more than what you can handle.
Amen, brother.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Amen. I'm going to bow my head in prayer.
And so, I mean, there should be no issues. I don't get it.
Let's put it this way. I don't see carrying bags for little to no pay as an opportunity. I don't see being thrown around, tossed around, kicked around, shoved around, carry things as an opportunity. Those are signs of abuse and torment for Percy Ryan's selfish ego. I was his pawn for the last 2.5 years. And when I decided that it was enough is enough, suddenly I'm the bad guy. Suddenly I'm the person that everyone hates and everyone loves Percy Ryan like they always do, like they're gaslighting me. That's preposterous.